see here. Let's get this on video. Oh, look, that's perfect. You got to be the YouTuber that shows that every morning. Anyway, so I had the hose bust yesterday on the header, which was a total nightmare how to design it. I'm putting fuel in, by the way. So I had put more hydraulic fluid in here, which it looks like it's low again. Had to get more. But for your rotor grease fitting, the best way to grease it is to fold your auger open. You can get right in there and grease it. 10 times easier than you can with it shut. Way easier. Just so you don't, if you don't know, you see where my grease fitting is? Right there, my lines on it. Right there is a grease fitting. And you got one in this U-joint right here. And without the auger open, it's a pain in the butt to get in there. You gotta crawl through that door, and that's a nightmare. And I'm not a big guy, but it's still a nightmare. I only weigh 163 pounds. So, but it's still tight for somebody like me. Now, Mike Smith, he never crawled through there. It's greased, and I always put a little bit extra in the rotor because it is such a pain in the butt to get to. So I put extra in there so I don't have to do it, but every so often, got dirt all over my face. I had to brace myself up against that air hose. If you see here, I'll show you. A little bit smarter about our crop placement. So if you look, we did our wheat field like this, and then back on this field. That bottom grows really good crops, so we're gonna put corn there. And that all is a sand hill. We're putting wheat and wheat beans. All right, so I'm back to cutting wheat beans. Not doing very good right here in this one spot. Some of the field's really good, but there's a little bit of a sandy spot. You can see it, it goes right through here. We're doing 29, 27. You get up here a little bit, and then over here they go up to 40, 50, but right now they're doing around 30. They're dry though. Backfield is like a deer field. It's not going to do too well, but it's not ready. That field over there is doing really well. I've opened it up. They're cutting around 50, 60 bushel. But this field right here, it's just got a spot in it, but the beans look good. It's just one piece through there. So it's just, they're running right around 30 right there in that one spot. You get up here a little bit further, they start going up a little bit better. Then we just didn't get the rain this year, but this is the third crop off this field this year, so you figure wheat and then straw and now soybeans, so you gotta take something. I did end up washing the combine, the header off where the wool line busted yesterday. Got that all done. So you get over here in the better ground, they start jumping up pretty good. Just one spot right there in the middle of the field. I figured I'd show you because everybody thinks I only show you the good stuff. But see, they're right around 50 right here, 60 almost. But you get that one, it's just one stretch through that field they're bad, but I'll take 50, 60 bushel wheat soybeans. Doing as expected. Some's better, some's worse. man, I have my brother loaded. I got 2 beds on there, opening up that field and another field. But the draper seems to be working good today, knock on wood. Let's hope nothing else happens. I wish we had an air reel on here, because there are some beans that, when I'm cutting short beans, they go underneath the cutter bar. A couple of them do, and then you can just see it just would blow them in there. You would get every bean, but it's a good spot. I mean, they're good beans. The next farm, I'm going to get this field done. The rest of them are a little bit too wet, so I'm going to go across the road and start cutting over there. And them beans look good. When I get in them bottoms, I'll show you. I think they're going to be 60 to 70 bushel beans, just by how they look. I mean, I don't know that, but this is a little bit poor side of the field, and you can see it. The yield will start dropping down. It'll hang around 30, but for some reason this end right here isn't as good as the other end. You can even see how much thinner they are. But everything's looking good. Alright, moved to another farm. Got it opened up so I can get the unloaded to the truck. They're pretty dry, going about 40. Sometimes you might hit 50, but it seems like 35 to 40 is what all the soybeans are going to do this year. It's just crazy. Running 4 mile an hour. Sticking in pretty good. Looks pretty good coming in the grain tank. Half of that was 5.1s. They were actually doing a lot better. They were a little bit wetter, but the rest of the field is 4.6s. So it actually paid to plant a later season bean for this year. That whole field over there is that big field is a 5.1. I think I planted that and ran out somewhere about like right there over, and the rest of it's 4.6s. So, but that's what they're about doing. For wheat beans, I'll take it. I think that field over there is going to do really well, but we can average around 40. Still pretty good for wheat beans, especially this year with no rain. If we had a lot of rain, we'd be up in the 50s, probably low 60s, but we just didn't. I think somebody said we got a ½ inch of rain in July and August, so I mean, if you look at that, that's when you need the rain, August at least, for soybeans. But we didn't get it, so it is what it is. These are some of the first planted too, so I'm hoping that some of the later planted soybeans actually do better. So we still might hit some decent numbers. That field way over there in the bottom is where I hit 81 at. But I think the whole field probably only averaged like 35, 40. Well, now this field right here has some pretty good beans in it. But it's a small field. I came over here to cut it. But they're doing good. Damn good soybeans. For wheat beans, I'd take that all day long. Right here beside the highway. Got just a little bit left. Beans are improving. I don't know why my camera's foggy. Is that better? That's better. Look at that. I hit 72 down there, but I couldn't get the camera up in time. Field's still only going to average probably 40. Alright, so we just switched farms. Figured we'd come over and try this. Running about 40. Sometimes you'll hit 50 when I was going around, but this is the very first thing. Groundhogs on this ditch are horrible. There's great big sections where they've ate out big circles in the field. So once we get out here on the I'll go. We did get like a real quick shower of rain last night. First load's gonna be 1.2 high or wet, but I'm not worried about it. We gotta get these beans out and they'll get drier as the day goes on. It is 11:50 in the morning, so we decided to get started. I did have one of my spinners, if you look in the mirror. See how pretty that is blowing? Well, one of my spinners fell off, the bolt broke. So my dad and my brother are going in the pickup to go get a bolt. They got the spinner in the back so we can put it back on. For some reason, that right side spinner always comes off once a year. I have no idea. It takes a metric bolt. It fits in there tight and it works, but for some reason the right side doesn't ever like to cooperate. So it's just a quick fix. I'm going to keep going and still blowing it out. So not really too worried about it. We'll get the bolt in there, put it back up there, and be done with it. And so I was running my concaves on 14-15 and I had to slow my fan down. I kept checking behind me. I think where the beans are little and not very good this year, you got to run your concave a little bit tighter than what you normally have to. So I put her down to 9. On sand hills where there's hardly any beans, I'll close her up to 6. Right now I'm running 9. Seems like it's getting them out pretty good, pretty clean sample. So everybody I talked to this year, they're just disappointed in the soybean crop. They're just, 30, 40 bushels is what they're doing. We just didn't get no rain around here. I'm actually glad that we planted more wheat beans than we did early beans, because it just seems like the wheat beans are actually holding up better than the early beans did. So I see the price is going up just a little bit on soybeans. All these farmers on there talking about Trump and his tariffs. Just give them a little bit, it'll work. They're all liberal farmers, I think, or CNN's paying them to say that. I mean, prices are what they are. They're not going to let us have $15 soybeans. They don't want a farmer to make money. I mean, no matter who's the president, nobody's going to want you to get rich. And it don't matter if the soybeans are $15 and the corn's $10, because if it goes that high, combines go to $2 million and fertilizer goes up stupid, chemicals go up stupid. So are you really making any more money? No, you're not. There we go, they're pretty good soybeans. Like I said, sometimes you'll hit 50, 60, and sometimes you'll just stay 30, 40. Now I do believe when I get out here in the field off of this edge right here that I'm going to be running 40, 50 constantly. So we'll see, but I think so, in my opinion. But whatever it is, it is. Whatever it is, it is. It's just how it is. Figured I'd show you the combine working. Nobody wants to see my good looking face. Going around the other side, this field right here, going a little bit better. Goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up. A little bit wet, but that's how the first load's gonna be. Beans aren't very tall, but they got a lot of pods on them. Been nice they were a little bit taller, but that's around that edge. I think you get out here it'll be a little bit better. Now these beans right here look good. Let's see what they do. Let's see what she does. This corner right here, see they look a lot better. 56, 61. I knew they looked better. Bringing them in there too, boy. Cutting through the middle. They are dry and they are doing a lot better. I knew they were good beans just in row, so pretty happy with these beans. Looks good. Got a lot more to go. We got, I think this is 42, 47, 43. And then I got 40 over there, and then I got 90 something back there. I got to get that field and that field off because we're going to finish putting weed up. As you can see, our wheat here is looking really good. Come up beautiful, but we're going to put wheat over there and wheat in the 90 back there. So that's what's going to be in wheat, and them fields are going to be our seed wheat for next year. So all right, so we got the new bolt chopper, got back to it, going through the middle of the field now. Got my auto steer set, so see what the beans are doing. These beans right here are actually really good. They are a seed consultant 4.6, so doing really well. But yeah, I got to give a shout out to my son-in-law Grant. Our daughter got in an accident. He was right there for her, took care of everything like he's supposed to, and very proud of him. Very proud of you, Grant. She's alright. Just got in an accident, tore her car up a little bit, so I guess the insurance company's gonna fix it. You just live and learn, these young kids. So, but he was there and took care of her and did exactly what he was supposed to do. So Grant's back to being my #1 favorite son-in-law. The only problem with Grant is he is a horrible duck hunter. I mean, if a damn duck landed on the end of his gun, he'd miss it. That's how bad of a shot he is. And a duck hunter. Other than that, he's a great young man. So couldn't ask for a better one other than he's a shitty duck hunter. So with that being said, like, subscribe, share. Try to get me more subscribers. I would appreciate, I'd like to get 100,000 and get that plaque on my wall like all them guys that do the same shit that I do. So anyway, see you later.